good, guys? It's your boy CJ and we're back with another DNA video, and today we have an updated Rebecca build guide. Now if you're a brand new player and you're looking for something more beginner friendly, I do have a video of that on the channel, so do be sure to check it out. But considering we have the upcoming Lumino and Hydro Theater, I did want to update this video showing you guys what we're currently rocking on this here Rebecca. And I do want to let you know this is going to be a max duped Rebecca, max introns, and she is going to have plus 10 demon wedges. So with all that out the way, let's hop right in and look at baby girl delicious Rebecca. So right here we have our Rebecca. We're sitting at 2.1k hydro attack, 280 skill intensity, 118 skill range, and 175 skill efficiency with nice 24 morale. Now, I do want to tell y'all there are some things I'm going to talk about this build in particular and why her stats look a certain way, but we'll talk about that when we get to the demon wedges. First off, when we take a look at the skills, she is going to be 8 across the board. I don't have her fully leveled up, and honestly, she doesn't really need it. For the most part, you're going to be running Rebecca as either a farming unit or an AI companion for, well, pretty much the same thing, farming. And for that, you don't really need to get her all the way leveled up. But if you like her heavies, by all means, go ahead and get her to plus 10. Overall, she's a very, very solid character. Her introns, here we have them, and they're pretty damn good. Her intron 1 is going to be really nice, but her intron 2 is where she really shines. Is going to allow her to pretty much put down more jellies on the field, which is beautiful. Intron 3 is just levels. Intron 4 is going to be pretty damn nice, so she can deal more damage. Intron 5, once again, is more levels. And Intron 6, once again, very nice for her damage and overall, you know, what she brings to the table. From here, we're going to move on to her demon wedges, and I'm going to be very clear with the demon wedge build that we got going on right here. When you first look at this build right now, I know you might be asking yourself why there are things like wings inspo on here, but it's very damn simple. There are upcoming demon wedges that we already know the info for, and we are going to be slotting them right here. So this build that you see right here, it is a build that is prepping for the future. That's not to say that we won't be switching out some things that we have right here. Maybe we'll be slotting in some other demon wedges once those wedges actually come out and we actually min-max and test different builds. But for now, this is a very good build. One of the things that Rebecca usually has a problem with is bossing. Let's be real, she has no issue whatsoever with ads. You can run her with almost anything and she's going to be able to clear ads no problem whatsoever. But bossing is going to be an issue because she doesn't have that big burst damage. With this particular build right here, you're going to be able to spam her ultimate, which is going to deal some pretty chunky damage and is going to be able to give her that burst that she really needs. You don't need as much sanity as we have right here or as much efficiency, but nonetheless, it's going to be very damn nice, allowing her to spam her ability. So obviously, we got the Misty Veil, skill intensity, and everything else the Misty Veil gives is absolutely vital for Rebecca's kit. This is the most important wedge you could pretty much put on her. We have Seaweave, Wildfire, which is going to be nice for the hydro attack, skill intensity, skill range. We do have Prime Morale, obviously. We have the Wings Inspo, which will be replaced with the upcoming, you know, hydro wedges. We do have Blaze Inspo over here, Blaze Spectrum, Wings Volition, and another Blaze Inspo. This is pretty much your standard go-to build. But one thing that's really good about Rebecca is that some people will tell you you can only run this one build that you see here. Rebecca's a very flexible character. You can absolutely run her with more efficiency and sanity, or you can run her with more duration. You can run her with more range. Whatever it is that you really want to do with this character, she's very flexible, which is really good for Rebecca. And she's overall going to be able to deal a lot of damage and provide you what she needs, which is ad clearing and big AoEs. That's pretty much what she brings to the table. And I know some people might be wondering about the skill range over here being so low. Remember, we have Misty Veil on here, which is going to give us a nice skill range boost, equals to a certain percent of the summoner's skill range, which is very solid once you add it up on here. That is why this is so low at base, because we're not adding the Misty Veil buff that we're going to be getting. Moving on from here, we got the weapons. And the weapons for Rebecca are very interesting. There's actually quite a few options that you can run on her depending on the play style you're looking for. my personal favorite weapon to run on her, which once again maybe will change with the future, but for now I really like it, is going to be the Vernal Jade Halberg. Is going to give you that attack speed, and if you decide to go, you know, and start dealing damage with your melee weapon, it is going to deal damage to targets afflicted with bonus effects, which works really nice with the Rebecca. But the main reason we have this here is for the attack speed. Now let me just clarify it if you didn't get it. If we go back to the Misty Veil, had your character summons gain an attack speed boost equal to a certain percent of the summoner's melee weapon attack speed. So this, having that attack speed off the gate, means that I don't have to go off and start actually hitting enemies to stack my attack speed buff. I can just stand still and my jellyfish will literally fire like machine guns, non-stop, going crazy. So I really like this. For the Demon Wedge build that we have going on, I'm gonna be real, the only things that really matter right now for the most part on this here build is going to be celerity. Number one most important thing, because it is going to give you more attack speed, which you really want on here. And then obviously after that you're going to want to have your piercing ascent and your swift momentum, just so you can move around and slash, you know, and dash a lot faster. And then everything else is just kind of there. If you want to go ahead and like put some levels on your impetuous or whatever else you want to do more damage with it, by all means go ahead, but you don't have to whatsoever. For her other options, you can absolutely equip the Wainwraith if you so desire. It is also a good stat stick weapon, and you can absolutely use her signature weapon, which is going to give you a lot of range, which is really good. And each hit of normal attacks with this weapon grants an attack speed increase, which is really good. But you do have to be a little bit more active with this weapon to get that attack speed increase, which personally, with the way that I play baby girl Rebecca, I don't like to move too much. I like to just, you know, have her there and then just stare at her two massive, gigantic jellyfish that she puts on the field. So I don't really move around too much. Moving on to her range weapon, currently I'm rocking Express Duo for that skill intensity, just another stat stick, which is going to be really nice, another good weapon to have on here. But there are other weapons that you can absolutely rock on her. For example, the Embla in Florence is a nice stat stick, so you can get that skill range, which is very solid. Another very popular weapon is going to be the Destructo, another stat stick for skill range. And if you so desire, you can also use the Ren Husk, which is going to be nice for character attack buffing. But that's really it when it comes to the options regarding the weapons on Rebecca. I'm not really going over the Demon Wedges that we're currently rocking on our Screz Duo because it doesn't really matter, but I'll show you what I have on it real quick. From here we have the Geniemons. When it comes to the Geniemons, if you don't have the Battle Pass Geniemon, the Hydrelf Geniemon, you can go ahead and use the Shiny Buniva, which is going to, you know, increase the attack of all ally summons by 18% for 10 seconds, which is very good. And pretty much you're going to be using Boxy Bro when you're out here grinding with your Rebecca. And there are other options out there, but this is pretty much the main options that I do advise that you kind of rock with her. When it comes to her partners, absolutely you want to rock baby girl Fushu. She just looks so freaking good. She's so good. She's going to provide you a damage increase, sanity, so you can keep spamming your ult and all that good stuff. Healing, everything that Fushu brings to the table is absolutely amazing. You can also slot Fina with her because Fina is just an amazing support, top support in the game pretty much. So both of those characters are going to be very good. And for now, you can also rock, where is she at? You can also rock Truffle and Filberto, which is going to give you that nice healing and damage increase. But overall, I do think that Fushu and Fina are going to be pretty much her best in slot, but it really just depends on what your roster brings to the table. And that's really everything regarding Rebecca. I do think she's an amazing character. After testing her, I actually found out that she's a lot stronger for pretty much everything that I had initially thought, and she has no problem with almost anything. Sometimes enemies will start flying up in the air, and that might give you a little bit of a problem. But with this particular build, since you can literally spam her ultimate without worrying about anything, it's not really that big of a deal. But that's going to be it for the video. If you've enjoyed it, do be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.